Hi, I'm Kenneth WAJDA. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. Today I'm going to talk about the joy of being a photographer in the street and working the street, and the license you have to shoot anything you want. So I was walking in downtown LA. There was a photo meetup with a bunch of photographers, but then that ended. But I was still thinking I would take another walk because I wanted to kind of go out on my own. And I've explained before that I often photograph at crosswalks. As the light's about to turn, I always feel like somebody might come running across, or there's just a good crowd there, and it's like, I never know what's going to happen, so I'm on the lookout for what might come my way. And as I got into the crosswalk, there was a model shoot. So there's a photographer in the middle of the crosswalk photographing a model in the middle of the crosswalk in the space of time that that light would stay green and a walk symbol for us. And right away I thought, oh, I'm going to photograph you. And so I did. So first I photographed the two of them, and then she notices me and looks over at me. She had had a really stern expression until she saw me, and then she kind of smiled. I photographed that. And then he was noticing that she was smiling and wondering what she's smiling at, and so then he looks at me under his arm as he's photographing, and I photographed that. And I just kind of give them a big smile, and I'm like, yeah, 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 and I'm walking, and I'm crossing behind it. I'm shooting the whole time, and I get right behind his shoulder, and I shoot over his shoulder and shoot one. And then I keep going, and I shoot across the other side, and I didn't take up a whole lot of their time. I didn't interrupt them to the point where they couldn't get any photographs. As soon as she was done looking over at me, grinning, and going back to where she was supposed to be looking, she stayed looking there, and she adopted her stern pose again. So I didn't interfere with anything, but there was an interesting moment where it's like, my attitude is, look, I'm documenting what's going on, and I'm here, and I'm enjoying this, and I'm enjoying being a part of this, and I'm giving like you some validation that you're a good story for me, and I'm a photographer looking to document. I'm not trying to hide the fact. I'm not covertly photographing that. I'm very plainly photographing, hey, this is great, and I got a big grin on my face, and I actually did because it was so much fun to watch this little scene unfold. And I ended up doing a little story for my Roy Stryker project, and I'll put it in the links below. But the series of photographs really tells a story of what it feels like to be walking right across with them and to see that whole little scene develop. So today I'm talking about, if your attitude on the street is, I just love being out, I'm photographing what's in front of me, I'm a tourist of life in a sense, then that takes on an energy that I'm just here to photograph everything fun that I see, and you guys are fun, and oh, I like that, and I'm here, and we're all here for each other, and everybody is a valid subject. Everybody is, fair game, because I'm doing this out of pure intentions, and I love documenting, and you're a great little story, and there's an attitude there. It's not a, oh my God, let me sneak around with a camera under my arm, or I'm going to run a cord up my arm and use a cable release. It's not covert. It's very overt, and it's very much, you're trying to say, I'm out here to document because it's so great, it's so good to be here, and it's such a great scene, and I'm glad you're a part of it, and I'm documenting you because I see a story in you. So I like that attitude. I like that approach. It's very warm. It's very kind of like a good, positive human condition kind of feeling. If somebody said, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just documenting what's going on. I love what's going on. I love watching what you're doing. Use enthusiasm to be a way to break down fears and to break down suspicion. And it's something that I think that we all can, just kind of approach life with, that kind of enthusiasm and zest for, I'm going to just go out and shoot things because I love photographing people, and I love what you're wearing, or I love what you're doing, and oh, I love your story. Oh, look at you guys, look so cool. I've gone to many people, I photographed them and said, oh, you guys look so cool. And that's one of those things where if they notice me anyway, I might as well explain to them why I'm so interested. And if you compliment them, who's going to be really offended? Anyway, that's my approach for finding stories and going up to people. And that little story of that fashion shoot, maybe he did it for the next 10 traffic light changes, I don't know. But for that one, that little scene was mine. And I was able to connect with them and create a little story. And it ended up being a Royce Riker story. And to me, I don't know where those stories are going to come from, but I know that I go out looking for life in the street, documenting what I see, and everything is fair game. Positive attitude helps make it possible. All right, that's today's photography talk. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can subscribe or help out with the Patreon, please do. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll bring you some more photography talks. I appreciate you. Here's the good light.